Lots and lots of backpacks. You can buy backpacks all over Southeast Asia. There's such an amazing selection. Always be careful, of course. Really check them out. Make sure they're high quality. But backpacks everywhere. If you need a new backpack, just bring your beat up old one with you and buy one when you're here.
Of all the things to be addicted to, I have been addicted to backpacks since I was very young. I love to buy them, different types. I use them for various trips, school, when I was in the service, just to use around town. I always enjoyed having different backpacks. And when I started this life, to travel with just one backpack in a nomad type situation, I pretty much sold everything that I had. I sold my car, I sold my motorcycle, I sold all my assets, anything that I had really, clothing, possessions of all kinds, and donated a lot of stuff too. One thing that I donated was pretty much all my backpacks, okay? I donated everything, because that way it goes on to the next person. The reason why I want to talk about this, because I want to talk about traveling as a minimalist and how I pack. Over the course of this video, which we are filming in beautiful Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, as we wander through this just gorgeous area. Let me show you around here. This botanical garden. I love it. I love coming down here and going for my morning walks. It's nice and quiet. As the video continues on, you're going to see pretty much everything that I own. And that's no kidding. I have pretty much converted all my things into cash that I then use to invest so that it makes me money so I can travel. So you're going to pretty much see everything during this video that I own. All right, so let's have fun with it. Let's talk a little bit about how I pack, how I evaluate what I bring with me, and hopefully it'll help you out, give you some tips for packing as a minimalist traveler as well. We're going to talk about the backpack itself first. We'll talk about what I bring with me and what has been with me now, not just for the year or so that I've been full-time traveling, but actually long before that. This backpack I actually bought to use when I was in the Middle East as well, because a lot of people were using backpacks that looked very military. And as I traveled through various Middle Eastern countries, I wanted to dress civilian, and I wanted what I carried to look civilian as well, not military based. But I still needed it to be a tough backpack that could actually carry everything that I needed and be able to get thrown around, thrown into overheads, when you're on an airplane, and not break on me, okay? So let's take a closer look at the backpack that I use now. Okay, so let's take a look at what I bring here for bags. I have my over-the-shoulder bag that I take with me. I picked that up in Thailand. It's very lightweight, and it helps me carry everything I use to do filming for the day. But the backpack itself, this is made by Burton, and this is actually a great backpack for traveling. It not only is very sturdy, but it's a big top loader. It has special pockets in it for if you've got a little bit of paper items or things you want to keep separate. Also, a nice cushioned area for your laptop. I like the side pockets that are on it. I think that helps me keep things organized. There's a big pocket in the front here that I keep my anything I need on the airplane. There's also a side zipper that allows me to get the laptop out very easily in an airport. And the zipper on the top is where I'll keep anything that I need to grab right away, sunglasses or any kind of travel items that I might need. So this backpack has actually worked really well. I do recommend Burton products. They're very strong and lightweight, and this has lasted me through several years in many countries. This is my butt pad when I travel. I'll talk to you about this later on in the video. You probably noticed that I also use a butt pad when I travel. I am not going just these short distances. I'm on 17-hour flights, okay? 9-hour flights. When you're on a flight for that long, you need to have some cushion. and it can really save you. For me, I tend to get pain in my nerves going down my legs when I sit for too long. I get up and I walk, I do that, but what happens if there's turbulence and you can't do that? Okay, so that cushion that I'm going to show you, you're going to love it, first of all. And if you decide to get one, it will change the way you travel. I also use it when I'm on a long bus ride or a long train ride. I've done both since I've been traveling through Southeast Asia. Long rides, all day bus rides and all day train rides, where the seat has like no cushion, okay? It's a plastic seat or a wooden seat. That butt pad is part of my travel gear. This section of the park that I'm in is all families. Just huge open green grass areas where they set up for picnics. And take a look at this playground area. It's like a couple of acres with like just massive structures to walk through. Next, let's move on to what clothing I bring. About every 6 months, I'll evaluate all my clothing. And the reason why I do that is because if I haven't used it in 6 months, it's out, it's gone, okay? And if it's something that I've used once or twice, then I ask myself, can I actually substitute something that I carry and just overlap and get rid of that item if I'm only wearing it once or twice? I'll give you an example. There was a warm top that I was bringing with me that I really enjoyed having when I was on airplanes and going through airports, because those tend to have just air conditioning pumping. So there was this one warm top that I like to bring with me. It was not lightweight, but it was a very good quality warm top to carry. Well, once I switched into having these long sleeve shirts, I realized that actually I could just put 2 of these on, and if I was cold, that'd be fine. And that eliminated that item. So that item was out of my backpack.
All right, let's talk about what clothing I bring. I bring my long sleeve shirts with me, and that is one pair of long, like yoga pants, t-shirt, and a pair of shorts. And I have to tell you, as crazy as it sounds, this selection right here works great. Because I don't wear heavy shoes, I don't have socks, I don't wear underwear, I don't need t-shirts, I don't need any of that kind of stuff. When you're traveling, you just don't need those kinds of things. These are the basics, and you can interchange them. I make the colors so that you can wear different things together. This is all you need.
You know, other than a small duffel bag that I kind of keep with my family, that has like my contractor clothing if I ever need to go overseas again, like heavy duty khaki colored equipment and things like that. Other than that, you basically saw all the clothing that I own. I don't really own that much. And you know, it's one of those things that down the line, if you need something, you can always buy it, okay? But if you don't need something, you can always donate it as well. Let's move on to the next items to look at. I want to show you how I pack for toiletries. And there's a couple of guidelines that I use when it comes to toiletries. I try to think to myself, can I buy it when I get there? Is it something that I have to carry with me? And of course, you got to have the small travel sizes to carry, right? So you can get through airports without them taking it away from you. I think the cutoff limit is about 100 milliliters. I think that's what they're looking at right now. But those little travel size things, you got to ask yourself, can I just buy that there? Do I need to carry it with me on the airplane? So let's take a look at what I bring, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
For toiletries, remember I talked about buy what you can get when you get there, okay? So what you're looking at is some items that even I bought when I got here, like the shaving cream and things like that. But you've got your Ziploc bag that I use to put everything in, like a 1-gallon bag. Instead of using liquid soaps, I will buy bar soaps because they're better for traveling through the airport, and they basically last longer, less expensive as well. Aftershave, things like that. Toothpaste, toothbrush. This is a small little medical kit that I bring with me with a variety of antibiotic ointments and different kinds of Band-Aids, and those are dental flossers. I mean, you really don't need much more than that. You might buy yourself like a shampoo. You might buy yourself a body wash if you want when you get in country. That's about it.
you will see that I bring basically 3 big freezer bags with me. Those like 1-gallon style freezer bags. One is for my toiletries, one is for electronics, and one is for my vitamins and things like that. I bring a couple of prescriptions with me as well, just in case of emergencies. I like to keep a prescription of antibiotics on me and things like that. So the next one that we're going to look at is going to be those prescriptions, what I like to bring with me, what vitamins I bring with me. So let's take a look at the second bag that I bring with. By the way, these bags work fantastic. I got to tell you, they're clear, they're easy to see, and you can just get to what you're looking for very fast.
Okay, let's take a look at what I travel with for vitamins and prescription medicines. Very basic, actually. Vitamin D is my main vitamin that I travel with. Stomach acid issues. I don't know if those of you have to deal with that, but I do. And of course, that is a cholesterol medication. Cold medicine, just in case you need it, a laxative. And I bring, for my heart, the small little 80 milligram aspirins, okay? Over here, I have just a typical ibuprofen, which is great to travel with for a lot of uses. And I bring 1 regimen of antibiotics with me in case of an emergency. That's it. That's what I bring with me.
Think about the electronics that you use right now. I mean, we consider ourselves to be pretty high tech. We probably all have a cell phone. We have at least a laptop computer. Maybe we have both a desktop at home and a laptop. But when you start traveling, your electronics are going to change. You might still have a small, lightweight laptop. You might still have your cell phone. But you have to start thinking about the differences in what you're going to have available for electricity when you get overseas and for what you might need, okay? So I have to take a look at all of my electronics and decide what is it that I'm going to bring with me. Let's not forget that electronics also have 2 disadvantages. One is they can be heavy. These are going to be probably the heaviest items in your bag because of the batteries. The second thing is when you start bundling up cables, what happens in the airport, okay? Everybody's like, hey, I want to see what this is. Take your backpack apart, okay? So what I do is that's why I use that 3rd Ziploc bag for my electronics. I put everything in there. And what that allows me to do is when I get to the airport, I don't even wait. I unzip, and with my laptop and my cell phone, I take that Ziploc bag full of all my electronic items, cables, adapters, power adapters, USB sticks, everything. And I just set it right there in the container to go through the machine. So that way when they look at it, they say, the Ziploc bag right there, they can see right through it, okay? And they can see what I have. It makes things so much smoother when you're in the airports, okay? So let's take a look at what I bring for electronics, and I'll talk a little bit about why I bring these items.
Okay, the electronics. Of course, I'm filming with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And then I have a very lightweight laptop that I take with me. This is the charging cable for the laptop, which also allows me to convert 220 to 110 when I'm overseas. That's really nice. It has a USB on it as well, which makes it good. This is a universal adapter for travel. You definitely need to have one of those. This is my Amazon Fire Stick, which when I travel, it has a VPN on it. And so I can make it seem like I'm just sitting right back at home watching all my streaming channels. And you just connect this to your television in your room. These are charging cables. And again, these can connect to either right here, or they can also connect to the top of this right here. So that's actually really nice for USB charging. These 2 items here are the bricks that I carry. This is a power bank, and this is my flashlight. Both are going to get changed out. Too heavy and too heavy. So I'm going to get those swapped out. But yeah, that's what I bring. That's my electronics. You're looking at it.
Let's talk about some specialty items that I like to bring with me. The first is a airplane travel kit. And I'll put a picture up here so you can take a look at it. Basically, it has some earplugs. It has a set of lightweight, cheap earphones. I have a mask in there. And I have a cover for my eyes. A kit like this you want to keep outside on one of the outer zippers of your backpack so you can get to it fast. And it really will help when you get on an airplane. You never know if you're going to be sitting next to someone that's loud or you don't have any idea. But if you need to get some sleep on that airplane, this kit will save you. The next item might surprise you. As a minimalist traveler, I like to bring with me a sewing kit. And that sewing kit has just basic items in it. It's very lightweight. A couple different kinds of thread, a couple of needles, maybe some buttons. Very simple kit. But you don't need to be looking for a seamstress or someone to help you fix your stuff. You are perfectly capable of fixing your clothing, reinforcing buttons. You can do all this yourself, okay? And it will save you a lot of time and it will save you money. Sometimes you can fix these kind of things while you're waiting in an airport and you have a couple-hour layover, but a small sewing kit is something that I bring with me. Now, you can either put one together as I have, okay? Basically, over time, I've grabbed a few items and just put it together. But sometimes when you stay in a hotel, you will even see a small kit. And it'll be like a free kit that comes with like toothpaste and stuff like that. And they'll have a small sewing kit in there. Grab that. Something else that you're going to want to bring with you, okay? You're going to want to bring with you a padlock. Because you're going to have situations where you're going to be staying in a group environment like a hostel or a bunk room, in which case you're going to need this padlock, all right? A padlock and a key. Don't bring a big, heavy one either. Bring a small one that's very well built. So this lightweight version of a master lock is what I bring with me, and it works perfect. Also, just to give you an idea, the room that I'm staying in here in Malaysia, it also has a hasp with a padlock on the outside where I can put my own lock on my door, just as a reinforcement. There's security cameras and things like that in the building that I'm renting in, but it's just kind of a nice extra thing that I can do. And then I put right around my neck here the key. These next items are going to surprise you as well. As a minimalist traveler, you're going to be like, what? You bring those with you? Oh yeah. I bring with me a plastic bowl, a plastic spoon. I bring with me sort of like a butter knife type thing. And I also bring with me a plastic cup. Now these are very lightweight items, but they're sturdy and they've lasted me now through many different countries. These allow me to have food in my room that saves me a lot of money. I can make cereal and milk. If there's a hot kettle, I can make a hot oatmeal and stuff like that. I'm not always eating out. We have talked about what I like to bring with my minimalist travel. And every 6 months, I evaluate everything. I take a look at what I have and have I used it? Do I need to get rid of it? Or is it something that I should keep? Okay, so I'm constantly looking at new ideas of what I can bring. Also, what sort of crossover I have. Can something that I bring with me take care of another item so I can get rid of that? Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And we're going to be going through several more countries in Southeast Asia as the year goes on. This trip is not ending. We are nomad backpacking across Southeast Asia, so come along with. Subscribe to the video and leave a comment of items that you think that I forgot. If there's something that you think that is really good to have, I'd like to read about that, and others will too, so let me know. Other than that, have yourself a wonderful day. I'm going to be going to grab a bite to eat after, so go ahead and stay tuned on the video because I'll show you where I'm going to go grab some food. And I wish you all the best. And aloha.
Heading over to Chinatown to have some great Chinese food.
All right, we're going to get this chicken and pork right here, the vegetable, and we're going to get this over here. That looks good. Okay, thank you very much.
I ordered quite a bit of food. I came up to about $5 American. The exchange rate right now is about 5 to 1. This Chinese restaurant was recommended to me, and it really was a great place. I got crispy pork and chicken. It was not spicy, but they did bring a nice little dish of spice on the side to kind of fire it up. But a great location. I do recommend this place.
Oh my goodness, that looks great. Thank you so much. Woo, look at that. better be hungry. Look at that right there. This shows you how close the park is to downtown, right there. We are right on the edge of Kuala Lumpur Center City. And they built this huge park right here.